Hey, what's up guys, it's Remembrance, and what I have for you guys today is a tutorial in which I'm going to give you guys the basics of making a very good YouTube thumbnail that will stand out so people will click on your videos, you'll get some more views, some more likes, and possibly some more subscribers. So stick around for this video, and hopefully this helps you out, and if it does, be sure to leave a like/rating. So hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm going to get right into it. So you're going to need one of two programs to do this. You're going to need either Photoshop, in my case I have Photoshop CS6 Extended, or you're going to need this program called GIMP. So Photoshop is the better one, but it does cost a lot of money. Of course, there are alternative ways you can get it, but I'm not going to get into that. So if you don't have Photoshop, you don't want to spend the money on it, you could either get the trial, or you could get this program right here, which is a free version of Photoshop. It's not exactly like Photoshop, but it's basically the same concept, just has a little bit of a different layout. So this one's free, like I said, and this one costs money. So if you have this one, just follow along. You should be able to do basically everything that I'm doing in Photoshop. So the next thing you want to do is make sure that you actually have the ability to upload custom thumbnails. So the way to check that is just to go into your video manager here, and then click on Edit. If you see this right here, it should come up right here, custom thumbnail, then obviously you can upload custom thumbnails. But if you don't have that there, then you probably aren't a YouTube partner, but there still is a way you can upload custom thumbnails without being a YouTube partner. And the way to do that is to enable monetization onto your account and monetize at least one of your videos. But before you do that, I would strongly recommend you guys check this video out that I made a while back, because this actually has some really good tips on it that will help you guys with your monetization. Because if you mess it up, then you're really screwed, to be honest, because that will make it so you can't get a partnership. So make sure that you do be careful with monetization and watch this video before you make any changes to your monetization and everything. So I'll link this in the description and annotate on the screen. So now I'm going to get right into this tutorial. So open up your picture editing software and click on File and then New. So right here, these are the dimensions you're going to do for your new picture or canvas, I guess you could say. So the width, make sure that is 1280 pixels by 720 pixels. The resolution, 720 pixels per inch, per inches. The color mode, RGB color, 8-bit. Background contents can either be transparent or white. It really doesn't matter, but make sure that you have these settings down. You can pause the video right now if you don't have them down, and then once you have them, click OK. So then you'll be left with this little window right here, and this is your two colors you're going to choose. So this is your foreground color. This is the color you'll be filling in with. So this is what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose a nice little light blue color because I like the color blue, and it really stands out in my opinion, this light blue. So what you guys are going to want to do is select one of your favorite colors, color you really like, but make sure that it's a color that stands out. You don't want to make a color like that, because that really doesn't stand out much in my opinion. Make something, bright and vibrant that would stand out if somebody were to see this in the search bar. So like I said, guys, I'm going to choose a blue because I like the color blue. So get your blue here and then select that, and what you have here is your tools, your little tool section, and this is your paint bucket tool. So you can click on that, have your color you want there, and just click on here, and it's going to fill it in with a solid color. But in my opinion, that looks a little bit too bland. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that, but I'm going to hold down on it and then go over to Gradient Tool. And what this is going to do is it's basically going to mix these colors together to make a cool little gradient. So I'll give you an example right here. This is the radial gradient. This is my favorite. It's this one right here, and for this you can fiddle around with these. Basically, this tutorial I'm just going to give you guys the basics. So this is going to be just showing you guys what I normally would do to make my thumbnails, but I'm not going to go too in-depth with it. So you're going to have to basically fiddle around with these things and change the settings to what you like. So right here is a rainbow one, and this one you should probably use something like this and go like that. This one's actually pretty cool. I've used this in a couple of my thumbnails before, and their videos are actually doing fairly well. So this works too. Just make anything that really stands out, because that's basically the whole goal of making a thumbnail. So I'm going to stick with this radial gradient right here, this one right here, and then I'm going to drag this down here, drag it into the corner a little bit far up, and then I'll be left with this little radial gradient. So now that I have the gradient down and I'm happy with the background color, I'm going to go ahead and add some text. So right here is your text options. This is your font, this is the size of the font, and this is the color. So for the color, I'm going to check a white, and the font size doesn't really matter because you can change the size of it after, which I'll show you in a moment. But right here is the font. This is one of my favorite fonts. You can get these fonts from this website called The Font. So I'll link that in the description for you guys to browse the fonts. So once you have this text button clicked and all your settings correct, just click anywhere in here, and then you can type in your text. I'm going to go ahead and type in my name if I spelled it correctly. So yep, I spelled it correctly. Click that little check mark right here, which will basically place it down. Hold on. And hold on, by mistake I clicked the wrong button. So now that you've done that, click on this thing right here, this move tool, and this will allow you to move your text around or any object you're selected on. But make sure that you're selected on the layer that you want to move around. So in my case, it is the text layer. It'll say right here, say whatever text you have. So you can move that around and move it to where you like it. So I think I'm going to put that in the middle right here, and that seems too small. People won't be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is make sure that this is selected, and then click Control T. Hold on, and then click Control T. And that's going to put these boxes around it, these little brackets, and now what you're going to do is hold down Shift and then take the corner and then drag that out. And what that's going to do is it's going to obviously make it bigger or make it smaller if you want to make it smaller, but I'm going to choose to make it bigger. But make sure you hold Shift, and the reason why you want to hold Shift is because if you don't, then it's going to give you something weird like this, so you don't want anything weird like that. So if you mess up like that, click Control Z, and that'll bring it back to where you previously were. So I like that size, and I'm going to go ahead and click this check mark. So once you've done that, something that you guys really need to mess with is the blending option. So click on the layer, and then right-click on it, and then click up here onto blending options. And what you have up here is different things. You can change the color of it. You can add different effects, just cool things. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to add a stroke because I really like these strokes. So I'm going to change the size of this down to a little bit smaller. So that makes it stand out just a little bit more. It makes the edges more defined. So now that we got that, I'm going to put that in the middle. So basically the focal point of this picture is this is the middle because of this radial gradient showing the middle basically with the higher with a brighter color basically. So I'm going to put that in the middle, and that really stands out. So another thing that I'd recommend you guys do is create a new layer and then click on this pen tool right here. Now when you're on the pen tool, you can just create like a little shape like this. And once you create this shape, you can go ahead and go back to your paint bucket tool and fill that in. And what that's going to do is it's going to put this just color right here. It's just going to fill this corner edge with that color. So now once you do that, that looks really stupid right now, but now what you're going to do is click on the opacity and change that down to somewhere around 10, 12. And see what that does is it adds a little bit of a gloss to it, I guess you could say, because that makes it look a lot better. It makes it look more professional and everything. So that's basically what you're going to need to make these cool backgrounds, or thumbnails, excuse me. So another thing that you can do, and make sure every time you add something new, you create a new layer, because if everything's on one layer, then you won't be able to edit it as much. So make sure you create a new layer for everything you add. And another thing is this thing right here. This thing is called a starburst effect thing. So I'll link a video in the description for you guys to check out if you guys want to figure out how to make one of these, because it is really, really useful. Makes your videos stand out a whole bunch more. So just click on it right here, and it adds that really, really nice effect. So that's really cool, guys, and that's basically it for this tutorial, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, I really would appreciate a like on this video, as it did take a lot of effort and time to make this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped you out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.